Hey y'all, it's Melissa. Welcome to Messy Missy Creates. I'm finally putting out or getting my journal made for May. I'm several days behind as usual, but I've got lots of fun stuff out. I have decided on a book because this year I committed to using up some of my book collection. So I committed, instead of my cracker box journals that I've been doing for the last few years, or the last couple of years, I decided to dive into my book collection and use a vintage or maybe not so vintage book for each month journal. So this one is absolutely adorable. I actually kind of picked it out maybe last month or in February. I looked at it and I'm like, no, I want to use it for either April or May. And it just has all the cute little birds and the flowers, and May is, well, so is April here, but I was late planting my flowers. So anyway, I am using this book for May. Now I have my numbers, which I've shown you several times. These are the numbers I'm going to be using, and also my color palette, kind of, sort of. And my days and dates. These are listed in my Etsy shop. Some of you have already gotten them, and I appreciate that. Let me put those to the side because I've already lost them once today. They just got tucked in with my papers. So I have a few ribbon choices. I've narrowed down my choices so that I'm not totally overwhelmed during the video. But unless something changes my mind, I'm using one of these, which they're all good options, but we'll see once we get the book done. Let me kind of set those to the side. I have narrowed it down to 3 fabric choices for the spine. Now for this particular book, I don't have to have fabric on the spine. It has, well, it has a sticker on it that we're gonna apparently leave on there. So yes, we will. Although the spine is very cute, it does have a little rip right here. And if I were using it for a junk journal and not my monthly journals, I would probably just put strips of fabric, like maybe 1 strip over here with a little button, and I could do that now too. I don't have to cover the whole spine, so we'll see. But we'll get into that. Here's my fabric choices. I didn't intend on going so pink, but in all honesty, I do believe the birds are going to win, because look at, I don't know if you can see these birds? Look at the birds. And it's got all the colors in it except for maybe orange, because there's a little bit of orange right here. Now, I will tell you something I did learn, because typically with my older books, this is not an older book because it has a barcode. So that means that it was, what, at least 80s, or when did we start using barcodes? 90s. This is from 2012. So, but y'all look, and it's sewn in. Now there might be some, it might be glued too, but it is sewn in. But look at the pages in here. I'm gonna have a hard time using, I mean, look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? I'm going to have a hard time using some of the pages for pages in the journal because I won't want to cover them up. But I'm also thinking some of these pictures for like tags or embellishments in the journal. I mean, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at the books with the bookmarks. And, you know, like that page I could use. This one right here screams it needs to go on a glue book. But we all know in that one. And anyway, so I'm going to try to, I just wanted to flip through and show you some of the adorable pages. Look at the baby. Just show you some of the adorable pages in here. And it's not hard for me to cut this book up. It's going to be hard for me to use some of these pictures as backgrounds because I'm going to want to use them as focal pieces like that. Look, Oh my goodness, look at that as a background. Okay, the one reason why I'm behind, I've had most of this picked out since like the very end of April. The first, I was almost prepared to do this the 1st of May. But look at that. I love that. And I love this. Cooking Up a Storm. Okay, so this one should be fairly easy to take apart. The spine is loose. You can tell that by, if you want to know, you know, when you're looking at a book in a store, thrift store, look how loose it is right there in the spine. So all we're going to have to do is cut out this book block. Now, I have a new, well, it's not that new. I've had it for a while. Well, let's get all of them. But I keep going back to this thing, which I can't, the cap doesn't stay on anymore. So, okay, this one's working. I like to do these standing up because you can kind of see where you're cutting so you don't accidentally cut into the spine. Oops, and you can cut crooked. Oop, one of my lights just went out again. Okay, that one's wanting to tear and I don't want it to tear. So let me cut that one straight. Okay. So we have the book block out. Let me put the lid back on here because it is extremely sharp. This is one of the Fiskars. I don't know what this is. And oh, maybe it's where you put in a new, yeah, okay. It's where you put in a new blade. Okay. All right. Now we know. My girls, if you can hear them cackling in the background, I don't know what's wrong with them. I just fed them breakfast. I think it's egg laying time, and they like to announce that. Okay, so here is our book cover. And I probably, I didn't think this through. I may do the fabric down the middle. I don't think I'm going to replace the end pages or the end covers. Why did my lights go out? Well, I know that just made it very dark in here. I hope that you can see, because I don't know that I can do anything about it. Let's move this to the side for just a, oh, I know what I started to tell you. With my older books that are dirty on the front, a lot of times I will take one of those magic erasers or just a damp cloth and wipe them. I started doing that and I realized, because see, here's a little smudge tear right here. This is a very papery feeling. It doesn't have like a glossy finish like some of the old books do. Well, this isn't an old book, but like some of the books do, they have like a glossy finish to them. So you're able to take like a magic eraser and clean them up and whatever. This one doesn't have that, so it's a little on the dirty side, but I'm just going to embrace that. So let's see. Yes, it's glued, but I want to see if I can get some of this glue off, because it will make, if I can pull these out in signatures, it will make using some of these pages so much easier. And that's not going to happen, is it? I can tell that already. Let's see. Let's see if we can cut. Oh, I put my thing away too soon. Yep, I hear my girls. Let me cut out for a minute and see if I can get this light fixed. Give me just a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, I fixed the light. It was the cube that it plugs into had gone out. The light didn't exactly go out. The cube did. So, and I went ahead and checked on the girls just in case. When I say the girls, if you're new here, welcome, by the way. I am referring to my chickens. And they were making such a racket that they have such a distress call. They start sounding like geese. So I'm just gently cutting these. This X-Acto knife is so sharp. is trying to dig into the paper. That's why I'm doing it very gently. I'm trying to do it with the back side of the knife, if that makes sense, because I don't want to gouge holes in the papers. I was really hoping I'd be able to pull these out as signatures, meaning together, but that may not happen because it was glued. So let's see what this just did. Voila. Okay. See how it came out intact? That makes it so much easier because then you don't have to glue it together again. Now, this particular page I'm not going to use. Well, I say that. I don't know. Let me see what else we have. Okay, I didn't want to use that as a background. See, I'm so bad. I don't want to use my cute backgrounds. But I might be able to find enough pages like that one. That one I can use. We'll set that one up here. How many more can I pull out of this signature? I don't know how many is in the signature. And then see, then there's two that are glued together. So that's how they do that. They partially glue. Thank you, Evelyn, whoever. Okay, this one doesn't want to come out as a double because it's glued together. So let me go to the next signature, which you can see the strings. And because I do want to use some of these pages in the books. I have plenty of scrapbook paper, y'all know that. I picked through my stash. I picked through some of what I had just bought at Joann's on my last trip. And then I have some music sheets. I started to tell you why I was behind making this video. Well, one, because, I don't know, just because. I got busy. The garden calls. And my, we were supposed to have, and we did have a storm last night. And so Friday and Saturday, I was trying to I got all, most of my stuff together Friday, and I should have been able to make the video, except I kept getting interrupted. And I did gardening. Well, no, I went, let's see. Thursday was the day I had tons of stuff to do. I only have a little bit of time in the morning, and then I have appointments, and I even bailed out of Spanish class. But, and then my husband was, having to go. Oh, that's really pretty. Okay, but I think I might be able to use that one. Let's see how many we end up needing. These are going to make such cute backgrounds, aren't they? And it's, oh, the paper is just lovely. If you know what I'm talking about, raise your hand. Because it's just absolutely, it's that matte finish. Oh, that one's super cute. I don't know. Okay. It's got a matte finish, and it's just absolutely perfect. Okay, so let's do another couple signatures, and then I might do some of this off camera. And then see how many pages out of the book we actually need, because I know I have plenty of scrapbook paper. The other reason why I've found myself hem-hawing, I mean, I legitimately gardened all day yesterday, which was, I keep thinking today's Sunday. Today is Saturday, and hopefully I will get this out to you today. If I don't have to do too much editing. And this may be a two-parter because, I went and picked up more magazines yesterday morning, from that little church, the lady that saves me magazines. There weren't as many this time, but they were more usable. Okay, I definitely am not using that one. Come on out. So far, so good. Okay. And then I think we got to the glue. Nope, this one, but look at that. Isn't that adorable? What's on the back? Oh. I'll put it in the maybe pile. Let's see. Now we're getting to the glued ones. Okay, so every other one is glued, which means if you want to use it, you're going to have to cut it out of the book and not just unstitch it. So anyway, what I was saying is I went and picked up magazines. The church was having, this church that the lady, she has, this church has a yard sale once a month, I think. Here, yeah, they're right here. They were just hard to see. Let me see if I can use, because I'm really gouging. No, let me use my older one that's not quite so sharp. I mean, you would think a sharp one would be good for this, but that's not it. This is it. Okay, here we go. There. I know I was having a harder time. That one has a very sharp, see how hard of a time I'm having? This one's gotten really dull, but at least it doesn't gouge the pages like the other one was doing. I can just get up underneath the stitches and break them. Anyway, I went to that yesterday morning early. I met a friend and we actually got to shop in addition to picking out, or picking up the magazines. So I have some new magazines. All right. And my doctor's office also saves me magazines. So I got some new ones Thursday. So I'll have lots of new magazines to share with you. That one's super cute. I think that may be enough. Let me set this aside for now and show you what else I have. I have this beginner book and it's already unstapled. I just have to pull from the middle. I don't have to, but I'm choosing to. Look at that, April 29th. See, I could have used that one for April. I think I used all scrapbook paper in April. Okay, the other reason why I am delaying getting this out to you is because I've been kind of intimidated by this book a little bit. And maybe intimidated is not quite the right word, but it definitely has. Okay, this one has a cap. I don't need that anymore. Let me put that up. And then the cap to this one is buried down in my little utensil box. So let me put it down there, point side down. Because of the size. So, did I lose the cover already? The best way to measure the size is measure the pages. Not just the book, but you can do both. And let me get in here. And so these pages are almost 7.5 by 9 1/4 almost. So if I measure from here to here, it's, yeah, so ideally I would use 7 or 7 1/4 for my width. 7.5 would stick out. And for my height, I think I'm just going to, even though it's 9 1/4, almost 1/4, I'm just going to use 9 inches. And that gives me plenty of room. That's my standard ideal size. So, but that means that I can't just take a piece of scrapbook paper and fold it in half because it's going to, I mean, I could, but it's going to be way short, which I don't mind having a few shorter pages. However, I want some longer pages. Now these pages right here will be easy because I can just sew them up the middle and then have a little flap and that'll be perfect. So I've got 2 of those, 3, I've got 4 of those. How did I end up with 4 of them? Okay, I must have pulled 2 at a time. So I was debating on, I need a total of, let's call it 15 inches. Let me grab my ruler back out. Did I already put it away? Oh, it's right here. I think I need a total of 15 inches. Let's use the right side here. Or at least 14, which is just a little bit more than, yeah, 15 would stick out. So 14 or a little over 14 would be ideal. Maybe 14.5 would be perfect, because that would make each page, I'm talking about total width. Like, well, the easiest way to do that would be to measure the pages that were in there. So here is 12 inches and then almost 3, so they were about 14.5, the whole page, and then you fold it in half. So, and that would leave me 7.25 for one sheet. So I want to use, I need 16, so I don't need all the scrapbook paper, but there's some of it I definitely want to use, because like I said, I'm using my color palette. I want this one. I know I want that one. What I was tempted to do is put them together, like tape them together, and then obviously cut them down to 9 inches, and then that would leave me folds, or flaps. But then I thought, do I really want to do that? I could do that with some of these. They don't have to match because they're not going to be together. Like these match, but let's say, you know, there's going to be, it's a signature, so it's, or I keep calling it a signature. A signature is a whole grouping of pages, but taping my pages together, and they're not going to be together, so it's okay that they don't totally match. But I definitely want to stick within this kind of color palette, because that's what I wanted to do for the spring. And so, although I have this one, which doesn't match exact, but it kind of does. I mean, it's kind of got this mauvish purple, and it kind of, I mean, as far as with the cover, it looks fine. Well, I'm going to set that one to the side, because that's a maybe. Okay, these are definites. I have these. I'm definitely leaning on the floral heavy side and the bright colors. This is that Flower Child one that I've used before. If I don't use this one for this, ooh, I think I just hit you in the face. Then I'll use it for August. August and May to me are similar in color schemes. They're just bright and cheerful colors and florals, and I like this one. This one would definitely have to go like this for me. I need to see how many pages. I definitely want this one. This one's a maybe. This one's a maybe. This one, I'm thinking I'm not. This is a Vicky Boot, and it's beautiful. It's bold and bright. But it might be, this is a very, very dark fuchsia blue. I might save that one for May. I love this. This is a lighter weight one. It's one-sided. And it looks like a patchwork quilt. And see the pages in the book match. This one is double-sided. I'm having a hard time using this. I love these cassette tapes. But let me see what else I have that I definitely wanted to use. I like these colors. But I think I have enough paper to do. Okay, I was going to use the water, but I think I'm going to use that for next month. For June. I'm loving this bright kind of pink and orange. Here's the roller skate. It's the disco ball. It's definitely got this flat. Well, this is the Groovy Darling that I just got at. I might save that one for August, because August I tend to do more like hot pink and orange. This one has more blues and yellows and stuff in it too. So this one's a maybe. This one is a maybe. This one. This came out of, this was out of my collection from my sister. And it really matches. It doesn't necessarily match some of the other pages, but it matches. And so if I am going to glue them together or tape them together, I need double what I would normally need. Does that make sense? The other thing I thought about doing is taking a paper that I like, and I also have, I want to use some of them out of here. This was a paper pack that my sister gave that well, she didn't give me. I did buy some of these from her. The first batch of stuff she gave me, and then I went and shopped her stash. So let's say I needed, come on light, don't go out again. If I needed a page to go with this one would work. There's some florals in here that I want. I mean, this would be a good just orange, kind of a solid. I want to use like some of these florals. Some of those would be good for August as well. This would be a good one to use. I like that one, but that one's probably not going to work for this. Some cut aparts. That one's pretty. That one's pretty. So I'm going to take this one because it has the butterflies. Well, maybe I'm going to take it. These are thicker. They're more than paper weight. They're cardstock weight, but they are not double-sided, which is fine. I don't mind having some not double-sided. I think I want this one because this one's just going to go well with, let me make sure I don't have two of them. So some of this I'm going to do off camera, I do believe. Oh, I want that one. So some of my Flower Child stuff might get saved for August. Look at, that's the same one. Okay. See, that one's gorgeous. That one I might save for August. It's a little bit brighter. I mean, it's really not. It's just busier. Well, let's use it. Or at least let's pull it out. If not, I'll put it in with my August stash. Let's don't tear it, though. Okay. And I'm trying to use my stash. So I would like some solids like this. It's not a solid, but it's more of a solid. It's got some faint background writing and some like watercolor look. Similar to some of these. So I'm going to go back and pull. You know, I could do the whole journal out of this one book, to be honest with you. The cover is softer colors, not this bright. I really like that one. Let's see what else we have. We have this kind of solid pink. It's not a solid, it's a pattern, but I'm calling it a solid because it's not a real bold pattern like that. I think we already took that one. We took that one. That one I might save. I don't want the gold foil. Now I could have taken this pink with the butterflies. That one's pretty, but that one's definitely made for like a scrapbook. Don't want the black and white. Don't really want the mermaid look. This is pretty. I might frame that. There's a couple of these pages, scrapbook papers that I'd love to frame and just hang up in my art room or my craft room. It says art is when your creativity comes to life. And I absolutely love that. I know there's two of them, so I could use them and then frame one. Well, there might not be two of that one. Yes, there is. So let's see what we have. Because my other thought was to add, like, fold the scrapbook paper in half. That leaves me 1.5 inches shy. And I could add, like, a 3-inch strip to one side. And then you'd have, like, this. But, like, a 3-inch strip. This one would work better. Does that make sense? So one of the pages would have like a 3-inch strip on it. It would be half and half. I don't know if that makes any sense at all. So that's why I was looking for some complementary or some companion colors and solids. This one, I'm second guessing myself. Where's my cover? That matches perfectly. I just don't know about the other side. I loved it for the, I've used it before. Let me cut off some of these branding strips, because I definitely don't need them. I mean, I could leave them. No, we're not leaving them. I like using these sides. And I could go ahead and cut this one down to 9 inches. I'm cutting from the top. I'm considering this the top because I want the stripes to go horizontally. Oh, I need my little fold out here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. And then, okay, so I have exactly a 3-inch strip. Let me see. I've been trying to do this math in my head and see if this would work. So if I fold it, ruler. Where'd you go? Well, let me cut this one down too. This one is not directional, so it does not matter which way I cut it. So I'm going to cut this one down to 9 also, which is 12-inch paper, so that's going to leave me a 3-inch strip. Whatever I just did with that. I'm not going to put that too far away. I seriously just put that strip somewhere and I don't know. Oh, it's right here in front of me. Duh. Okay, so I could fold this in half and have shorter pages. Or I could add, I would need to cut this down too. I would need to put, let's say, I could find one that matches better, like this one. And I could add 3 inches to it. Does that make sense? Or I could just glue the 12 by 12 pages together like this. And that's going to give me 24 inches, which I need 15. So that gives me like a 5-inch flap. Or a 4-inch flap. Wait. If I have 24 inches and I need, let's say 14, that gives me 10 extra inches, which leaves me a 5-inch flap on each side. So I might do some of them that way. So let's do this one that way. Let's commit to those. Let me move some of this other stuff out of the way. I'm not worried about them not matching because they're not gonna be next to each other. Or the only one that would be was the middle one. And see, like I could do that for the middle if I wanted that on my 16th page in the middle. If I wanted one that really matched. But I think I would choose this in an orange, I think. So, what tape do we want to use? Well, I think for now I'm just going to use clear tape. I hope I have enough clear tape. Now, I also could overlap them a little bit and glue them. That would make where they fold a little bit stiffer and thicker. I'm going to see if I can get these lined up pretty well. I'm not going to do all of these with you. I will do some of them on my own. And I don't need all of these pages. I'm taking some clear tape for now, and then I might go back and choose some washi. I almost want to leave a little slight gap, but I didn't on the bottom. So I just want to make sure they're not overlapped. Does that make sense? Okay, so for this one, we're going to have a page that looks like this. Let me put one clear piece down the middle here so it stays. So this is going to be an extra long page. So this is one page. And compared to, well, it's going to almost be like these piano pages. See how long these are? Actually, they're exactly that long. So that works out perfectly. So here's one. Yeah, I did pull two at a time. I don't want this one. It has autumn leaves on it. I don't want that one. So I want this one. So that's two. This one's going to be a shorter one. So that's three. Here's another two music pages. So that's four. I'll use three music pages. So that's five. Oh, I almost don't need any more scrapbook paper. That's six. 7. I wasn't sure about this one, so I will leave it. That one's fine. 8 has bunnies on it, right? Is that 8? Did I use this one? Did I count that one, I think? Yeah. And then, let's see what these are. I think that's 9. I might hold off on this one. I really like that picture. And then 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need 6 more that are scrapbook paper. So I know I want this one. And I think I want this as my center. So I'm going to put, ooh, I might like that one. I was thinking I wanted this one. But this one would make a great center, like your middle page. I don't know that I'm in frame. I think, let me move you over a little bit. Okay, but I have to cut them down first. That one's not double-sided. This one is double-sided, but it's not directional, so it doesn't matter. Oh, wrong cutter. Okay. So I'm going to cut, and I'm not going to cut this branding strip off because I'm just going to cut it down to 9 inches. And then we'll decide later whether to use this branding strip, because I used one as a pocket and I left the branding strip on, and I liked that. I did that in one of my most recent Journal With Me videos. That one. So this one's going this way. This one is not directional, so it does not matter. Cutting it down to 9 inches tall. So this is the height. They're all 9 inches tall. Okay, so let me do one more with you. So I'm going to do this and this. And we'll put these together. And we'll find some fun washi. But for right now, I'm going to use clear tape. And I am running low on that. If you put a little bit of a gap in between them, I didn't really. They will fold easier, but just definitely don't overlap them. I mean, if you're gluing them, you have to overlap them. But that's going to bulk up your spine. So I'm going to try not to do that. It would use less tape. And I think, I'm going to maybe just do this one with you. I don't know. Let me see. I'm going to dig in my washi basket. Oh, no, it's in here. I knew exactly what washi I wanted for this one. So, I wanted this. Because this is that kind of pink and orange tie-dye. And right to the top, right to the bottom. There. Let me see what the other side looks like. So I might not want that on that one. I might choose, it just has, it's kind of a tangerine color, so is that. It has little rainbows on it. I think I have this set listed in my Amazon affiliate link. It was the Boho rainbow. I used some of it last August because I did sort of a Boho rainbow journal. And look at me, not even close to straight. I want it split half and half so you can see a little bit of that orange on that white page. There. Okay, so now we have, okay, that one didn't really want to bend, right? Or the washi didn't want to stick when we bent it, but it will. Look at that. And that, doesn't that look good with that? Okay, so now we have, I think we're at 11. How long have we gone? Okay. Let's pick out a few more pages. I know I want this one. I could do some that are just shorter. I don't have to have huge pages for every one. So maybe let's just make this one shorter. I'm going to cut off the 9 inches. It's double-sided. I love both sides. Still need that little foot. Okay. I can always come back if I decide I want a wider page on this particular day. I can always come back. Isn't that beautiful? It's so colorful. I love color, y'all. Maybe I'm weird because, well, I know I'm weird, but anyway, maybe I'm just weird because I like very bright colors. I like pastels. I mean, like this kind of pastels. But I also like neutrals and muted colors. So maybe I'm just weird that way. Do we want a much shorter page? We're going to try one. I can always add one of those strips to this. Oh, wait. You know what? But wait. Watch this. I can take this strip, cut it down to 9. Although that would make a beautiful pocket. I could cut this one down to 9 and flip it and have not folded in the middle. This would be, this is what I was talking about kind of Franken paper in it, and have it like right here. So this whole side would be just the floral, but when you flipped it, you'd have this. Does that make sense? So you kind of have a two-tone paper. I'll do one of them that way. Let me see if it's going to be this one. Because that one is double-sided. It would work perfectly. But it's okay to have just a shorter page too. I just use it as it is. It's going to be that much shorter. Okay. I made up my mind. I'm going to piecemeal this one. I think that went in there. I'm going to piecemeal this one because it matches so perfectly. Let me cut this down to 9 inches. And then one of the other ones that I don't have one that matches so well, I will make that one a shorter page. And then again, when we get to that page, if we want to flip her a pocket, isn't that cute? It's just a little square piece of paper, but isn't that cute? I love it. Okay. I know, I'm weird. I can't help it. Just a little weird, just a little odd. Oh, that's going to leave that. Wait a minute. I need to cut that strip off. Okay. That's all right. There we go. But look what this is. Isn't that beautiful? See, and it's 9 inches. I could use that on this side. So I thought that I would kind of do this one since it was not a standard size that I would use. I thought that I would use this one to do a little bit more patchwork. And I wanted to, I mean, this is kind of like Franken paper, you know, you're putting your pieces of paper together. I mean, it doesn't look like Franken paper because they're so pretty, but at the same time, that's exactly what we're doing is Franken paper. Franken paper is just when you put paper together. I should not probably have left a gap in that one. Because unless I really want it to fold, and it will fold now. Definitely. Because I did leave a gap. It's going to look more like a flap. We need to find... Let's find something that matches this. And I almost did this live. I like that. It's heavy floral, but it matches, if that makes sense. I mean, no, it's not straight. Definitely the right colors. I don't want to do it too tight to where it bows. So, there we go. If you make your tape too tight, it'll kind of buckle your paper a little bit. There. So that's just going to blend right into that floral. And we're going to do it on this side. Hopefully get it somewhat straight. Doesn't have to be perfect. I just want it to be somewhat straight. Okay. That was that. Now we're going to fold it in half. And then it should be approximately the same size. I have a bone folder up here somewhere. If I were a bone folder, where would I be? In my toolbox. Up here is where I should be. But I'm not. So that means it's in one of these little baskets right here. Well, guess what we're going to do? We're going to use scissors. Okay. So if I measured correctly and did my math right, they should be the same size. Yep. As these book pages that came out of the book. So isn't that going to be fun to have that as a background? I mean, come on. How fun is that? So I don't know what we're up to. I think we're up to 12. So I don't know if y'all want me to keep going or I don't know if we have time to decorate the cover. So maybe I will put the pages together in this. Are y'all okay watching me do this? I've got it. I need, what did I say that was? I know you love it when I count pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 10, 11, 12. So I need 4 more. So I definitely want to use this one. I definitely want to use this one. I may not use this one. That one may get saved for August. I really wanted to use one of these. So or maybe 2 of these. So those 2 can go together, or these 2 can go together. Those are pretty. I'm just trying to make sure I use the pages that I really wanted to use. Okay. weight all my strips together. So I need to cut, I definitely want to use this one. And I need to cut it down. I guess at this point, I might as well just go ahead and keep doing this, because I don't have enough time left in the video to decorate the cover. Let's use this way, because this would be the top or the bottom. And I've got to remember I had a little 7-minute segment on, well, I might as well cut this one down too while I'm cutting. Try not to do too many at one time. That one's not double-sided. That looks like the top to me. So we'll cut this one to 9. That. And let's do this one just because I like it. I wanted to use this patchwork quilt one. And it is not double-sided. This one is double-sided, but it's a little bolder again. So I might put that off till August. Definitely want to use one of these. And this one. So I have a rainbow one. I have this one. I have that orange one. Let me cut this one. That gives us 2 pages. I think we're needing 4 more, if my math is right. So I have, this one is thick, but it's not double-sided. Wait, I know I want to use this one. And if I end up with more, I mean, 9 inches is kind of a standard journal size for me. Oh, it's my preferred height for a journal. I really like this one. Can't do it from the, I gotta cut this off. Darn it. I don't want to cut all those flowers off. So let me cut this branding strip off. I could have left the hole on there, I guess. But now I want to cut the top, because I wanted all the florals on the page. And I could be doing 9 1/4, but I'm not. I'm sticking to 9 just because that gives me plenty of room to add stuff. Okay, so let's see what we have here before we cut any more. Now again, I already have my center one, so these don't have to match because they're not going to be in the same place in the book. So like I could put these 2 together. Or I could put, let's put those 2 together, and let's put those 2 together and these 2 together. I know they don't have to match, but are those double-sided? No. So the other side does not matter. This is a thin paper. This is a thicker paper. So I need to stop this video here shortly anyway. Usually I make the cover first, but since I was doing this kind of Franken paper thing, I wanted to get this part done first. Ooh, I see fingerprints. I'm just putting 1 piece of clear tape on that side. I should have cut that one from that side, darn it. It's okay, I'm gonna cover it anyway. Alright, so we're gonna find some washi. I'm just looking to see if there's something that I can use that I don't use very often, like this. Because you're not gonna see the whole, it's got an orange background, but it has all these little bubbles that say hooray and stand tall, and I never use them. So you're only going to see half. So you're really not going to be, the words aren't going to be that legible. So it's not really going to matter. I did not do those straight, those pages. I didn't do those straight either, but guess what? That's sticky washi. It's very sticky washi. So it's there. It's like, I'm here to stay. So I have that. And see, you just see the orange and the different colors. The orange and the different colors. That's not even folding straight. It's good enough. There we go. All right. That should be 13. And then I want to use these. 14, 15. This might actually work. By George, this might actually work. Now, again, I could take this by itself and just cut 3 inches of this, but I'm going to have lots of flaps. Lots of large flaps, actually. So I think since this matches so well, I'm going to cut 3 inches off of this one and make this a standard size one, not one that has the 5-inch flap or the, how big are those flaps going to be? Pretty big. So this leaves me with a little odd size sheet of paper. I mean, it's a square, it's not odd size, but I mean an odd shape, it's just an odd size. So this one is going to have this right next to it. Let's put it on this side, just because I think it matches better. I don't know. Does not really matter, but I've tried it all 4 ways now. Okay, now this one I could overlap and glue, but I don't want the bump. I'm just going to find some washi that really matches. Again, the stripe would look pretty good. As a matter of fact, I think, why overthink that? Let's just use the stripe. We have the stripes this way. Is that going to matter? Is that going to make my head spin? This one's not going to be, here we go. This is part of that Boho rainbow set 2 that's listed in my Amazon affiliate link below. Look how perfect the colors match. It's not exactly stripes, they're faint, but look how perfectly that, stay put for just a second. I need to clear take that one, just little pieces. Okay, now I can put this on and see how well that's gonna, see how good that's gonna look. It's kind of see-through, but it just adds more of the same color, right? So let's do the same thing to the back, even though it's just white. Well, you know what? We actually can wait till we get to this page. I'll just clear tape it pretty well. Because since this is just a totally white page, we may want to do a whole different color scheme on it, right? So let's fold this one. And again, it should match. This is a thin paper. I can't tell if I'm meeting my corners up here. Okay, there we go. So this side will look all florally, and then this side will look kind of patchwork. I love this. I love how well that matched. I'm glad I did that. And then again, this one will be the same size as the regular pages. Is all of that making sense? If it doesn't make sense, let me know, and I will explain it in the comments. But I think I'm over my time right now. So I'm going to do this page together because I thought it looked cute together. That's just orange on the back. And I think by the time I put these two sections of videos together, I think I will be out of time. But I think this is my last page. And I don't know if you wanted to see all of it or not, but you had the option of, you know, watching the beginning and clicking off. You always have that option. I'd love for you to watch the whole thing, but, you know, sometimes they do get lengthy. And I know on long videos I like to watch while I'm crafting, because then you don't have to keep, you know, starting a new video or whatever. But this one definitely is directionally, it matters. Okay, so it has to be this way. So real quick, I know I'm over my hour. I want to find something that match. Oh, I think I have the perfect thing. I have a wider one of this. I just saw it. I think it's, I just had it because I didn't choose it before. Okay, help me find it. It looks like this, except it's wider. That one I might use on the back. Oh, come on. It was right here on top. It's like one of these. Oh, here's that boho rainbow. That would have looked cute, too. Oh, come on. Where did you just go? I just had you. Here it is, right here. I think this will match the colors of both pages better. Okay. And then this side has just the orange. So I think I'm going to use, I said I was going to use this one. No. I said I was going to use that one. I like that one. I mean, I could have done the little, this rainbow one would be perfect. But I like this one too. And it won't really commit me to as much of a color on this page. I mean, it does a little bit, but not a whole lot. Okay. I mean, it's kind of got orange, yellow, green. You know, typically my colors for that anyway. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say. All right, let's see if we can get this folded straight. There we go. I think that was our last page. I will go back and count. If not, I will add one. And then, of course, I'm going to add these flaps. I'm going to fold them. I'm going to measure and fold. And then when I come back, the next video, I will decorate the cover. And then I will show you how I folded all of these. And we'll get it we'll get it binded together. We'll get it bound together. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. This was something a little different for me. I didn't get to use these pages, which I'm really sad about. There was a lot of pages I didn't get to use that I tore out. But it's okay. I will have plenty of opportunity to use them later. I'm glad to get to use some of the book pages in here and make it more of a junk journal. And y'all have a great rest of your day. I appreciate you being here, and I will see you in part 2. Have a great day. Bye.